Started lifting again, guys. You see, guys, I suffer from serious depression. I have serious depression. And that's why I stopped lifting. But I'm starting to lift weights again. I lift light weights. You know, light weights to me is like 30, 40 pound barbells. You know, or excuse me, not barbells, dumbbells. You know, and I'll bench press 50 to 100 pounds. You know, and I've been doing that since I've been 16 years old. Now, there was a time when I lifted every single day. I probably stopped for about the past year and a half. And I'm just starting to lift again. Plus, at work, where I work at, we have a weight room there too. You know, so when I'm done with everything, I go in there and lift weights. So I have a weight set at work, and I have a weight set at the house here. Now, like I told you with the dog, more than likely I'm gonna hang on to the big dog, because like I said, guys, I'm not gonna find a bike like this. You know, it took me a lot to get this boy like this, to get the engine all polished up, the fins all polished up. You know, I showed you guys pictures of this when I first got it. It was nothing like this. It needed polished bad. And you know, the dealership, Street Track and Trail, where I got it up in Conneautville, when I bought it, when I went up there and looked at it, I bought it without even hearing it start. I trusted them with that. And they said, yeah, when you come to pick it up, we'll have it all cleaned up, all polished up. You're right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What they did do, though, is they put a new starter in this. And I don't even think it needed a new starter. What they don't understand, and they sell Harley Davidsons up there too. They're a Harley Davidson dealer, but they didn't know much about this, about a high compression engine. What they didn't understand about this is probably the compression release valves are probably sticking a little bit. And the battery they had was a little old in it, and the battery connections weren't that good. Now, if they would have put a better battery in it than what they had and cleaned the battery connections a little bit and maybe pressed in the compression release valves before they started it, it would have probably started with no problem. But anyway, they put a big dog chrome starter in this, which they're 300 and some bucks in themselves. You know, but yeah, you know, more than likely, I'm not going to sell this, man. You know, let me tell you something. For all you dudes out there and all you gals that ride too, that ain't never been on nothing like this, when you ride these, you're a rock star. Okay? Can you dig it? Can you understand what I'm talking about? Do you understand English? You're a rock star when you're on this. All you cats that have big dogs, you understand what I'm talking about. These turn people's heads because they're flashy and they're loud and they're different looking. They're not your normal motorcycle. When you go down the street, even old ladies turn their heads and they look. That's what no other motorcycle can do. But these choppers, like the American Iron Horse choppers, Bourget, you know, the big dogs, that's what they'll give you. They'll make you into a temporary rock star. And if you get rid of that, if you sell the bike, even if you buy like a Indian Roadmaster, people ain't gonna turn their heads and look when you go down the road, because they look like, there's Kawasaki's that look like Indians. There's Suzuki's that look like them now, because they tried to imitate the look. And Kawasaki makes a Indian look-alike. It's called the Drifter. Now there is an Indian Chief for sale in Mechanicsburg, PA. That's a 3-hour drive from my house here. It's a 2000. Guy wants $6,000 for it. Okay? What he did is he fucked the paint up. He put flames on the paint. He fucked that up. It's red. It's Indian red. And the fucking fool had flames painted on the fender, the tank, and the rear fender. That's the fucking one thing the cat should have never done. So if I would buy that, it's going to need a paint job. The paint's going to have to be stripped down to bare metal. And it's going to have to be repainted in Indian red or a different color scheme, which I could do that with no problem. I sprayed before, and I do a fairly good job. And the tires, I think the tires probably need tires, so I have to put white walls on it, because Indian Chief has to have white walls, and they're not cheap at all. But that's where it's located. It's located in Mechanicsburg, PA. It's $6,000. I might get him to come down a little bit more. I bet you he'd probably take $5,500 for it. Like I said, guys, it's a 3-hour drive, so I'm going to have to rent. And I don't go on an SUV no more. I got a Cadillac car, man, so I can't pull the trailer with that fucking car. So I'm going to have to rent a fucking truck and a fucking trailer to go get it. And another thing, on the turnpike, they charge you extra for a trailer because it's considered another vehicle. Which, that's nothing. But that's what the PA Turnpike does. If you're hauling a trailer, you get charged for your vehicle and the trailer. So I'm thinking of that very seriously, I'll be honest with you. I could probably get it off him for $5,500. Now from the pictures, it looks good. But I think it has 29,000 miles. And that's for sale on Facebook Marketplace. So I don't know. And I just wanted to tell you guys that and touch base with you on that. So, as you hear out there, I think they're finally done. Oh, and by the way, I have another rat in my house. Isn't that beautiful? I have another goddamn pea-picking, shamalama, ding-dong, and fucking rat in my house. And guys, I don't have a dirty house, okay? I don't have a dirty house. I have a clean house. I don't have garbage laying around. I have no idea why the rat's in my fucking house. No idea. So, what I did is I bought 2 of those black boxes that have like the hole here and the hole. It almost looks like a muffler. It has one hole here, and you put poison inside there. And when they go in there, they eat the poison, then they run out the other hole. They go out the hole they came in. Either one, I'm not a rat, so I don't know if they'd go in the same hole or what. But that's what they do. They go in there, they eat the poison, and then they go die somewhere. I bought 2 of those. I'm going to put one on my counter. It's like this morning, I have a country sink, one of those real big sinks. There's all rat poop all throughout all inside there. There's probably maybe, and I saw it too. So there was probably maybe 20, 30 rat turds in there. There's one rat. I saw the rat. I saw the rat last night. And it's about, probably about that big. It's not a real big one, but it's a rat. So it'll definitely probably eat the poison, and I just hope it doesn't die inside my house. I hope it goes off somewhere else and dies. Now, what I'm going to also do is I'm going to rodent-proof my house. I have 3 toilets. I have 3 bathrooms. I'm going to buy a flapper for each toilet. Flapper is what you do is you take your toilet off, and these things sit down inside your toilet drain. When you flush the toilet, the flap goes down. When the water's gone, it comes back up so that no rats can climb up throughout the toilet. And I have 2 downspouts that also go into the ground. I have to put wire mesh inside there so then they can't come up, because they'll also climb up a downspout too of a gutter downspout. They'll also do that. And my downspouts go into the sewer system. So they could be, more than likely, I think that's how they're getting in. Because they're not coming up through my toilets. They have to be coming up through one of those 2 downspouts. And I'm not going to put the wire mesh. I'm afraid to put the wire mesh in the downspouts, because then you know what they're going to do? They're going to come up through the toilet. I'll be sitting on the toilet one day taking a shit, or my wife will be. Hello. How you doing? Gonna have a rat gnawing at our assholes. And I do not want that, brother. So that's the game plan, guys. You know, let me tell you something about this house I live in. Let me tell you something about this house. You're going to love this. This house has 13 steps. No matter how you try to come in this house, there's 13 steps. If you come in from my basement door to get to the first floor, there's 13 steps. If you come in through the front door from the driveway, it's 13 steps. If you go into my back from the driveway, it's 13 steps. I'll leave that thought with you guys. Tell me what you think about that too. And the 2000 Indian Chief.